Welcome to Melanated Mondays. I'm your host, Aj.
And I'm Tay, and we're here to review our favorite books written for us by us.
Period.
Today we will be reviewing The Connect Stole My Heart by Chemistry J. Please be aware that there will be spoilers and explicit content for mature audiences only. There were no trigger warnings for this book. Again, there should have been, but there weren't.
Okay, so what did you rate this one?
I rated this like a 4.3.
Yeah, I would say like a, I don't know, like 4.5.
Yeah,
It was good.
I liked it. I thought it was really good. I surprisingly liked the main character more than I thought I would. Because at first I was like, I don't know how I feel about him.
You wasn't feeling Miguel?
At first I wasn't, because I was like, he's gonna be like an asshole and like whatever. Like I just had like preconceived thoughts because he's like running the cartel, and like you either get a Mo or a Meek. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I felt like he was gonna give me like those Mo vibes of just being more like hard headed and like just I didn't expect him to be as loving as he was. And he was I mean, he wasn't ethic, but he was given some ethic vibes. Like he was very cute and very sweet, and I liked him. So at first I wasn't feeling him, but I definitely I grew some attraction to him throughout the book.
Yeah, he was a good character. I feel
Yeah.
like he was very, in the beginning, it was kind of a, obviously, like love at first sight thing. And I was like, I mean, kidnapping someone to fall in love with you, that's different.
It's kind of crazy.
Kind of crazy. And then you're just like holding her hostage, pretty much like, yeah, like you're gonna be with me. You
That's what I wasn't
like, and it's
feeling.
like you're gonna be my wife. And she's like, sir, I bumped into you one time, and now you got me held hostage. You won't let me go home to see my family. I don't have my phone. I don't have anything, and you're just talking about, yeah, you're my wife. Like, so that I was like, maybe if they would have went on some dates prior or something,
Yeah.
like to kind of establish that. Like I understand when he first seen her, like he was into her. Cool, that's fine.
But
But
take
the
me
whole,
out. Don't
but the
kidnap me.
whole holding me hostage when I don't even know you, I don't know anything about you. You're not even giving me a chance to get to know you. You're just like, no, like I'm your husband. Like we're together.
I'm like,
Yeah.
man, excuse me?
So in the beginning, I understand why she was so combative. Cause like, sir, who the fuck are you? I don't even know you, and you're talking about I'm about to be your wife.
Yeah, I was on Dallas's side on like, bro, just let me go home. I'd rather be home. But then when I went and started reading the story, I was like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't be home, girl, because a
Yeah.
lot of shit goes down.
Yes. So a short synopsis of this is we have our main character Miguel, and he is now the leader of the cartel because his dad has passed away. So there's Miguel, Manuel, and Mateo. They're all brothers, and he pretty much runs into Dallas. Dallas runs into him by accident at his dad's funeral, and from there he is just like in love with her and is sure that she's going to be his wife. So he pretty much like kidnaps her and holds her hostage, and it's pretty much just like, yeah, you're gonna be here, we're gonna be married, we're gonna have kids, we're gonna, and she is like in the beginning very like, I don't even fucking know you, like.
Period.
And then we later down the line find out that she has a terrible home life because it turns out her dad had sold her to somebody, and so now the dad, his, what are they, the Jamaicans?
Yeah, it's like the Jamaican cartel.
Yeah, they are looking everywhere for her because her dad had already sold her, and now homeboy was there to collect his prize. And since she was a virgin, it made her even more expensive and, sought after. And so, yeah, pretty much they're finding out all this shit about her dad and the fact that her dad was grimy as fuck and pretty much was trying to pimp her out. And then eventually she starts to fall for Miguel. And they have a little happy ever after.
Yeah, so like with the whole falling in love and stuff, I felt like that was natural. It's never
Hmm.
natural to kidnap anybody, like hold them hostage until they fall in love with you. But he was doing all the right things when she was around. Like at first he wasn't, like she was on his ass like, "Hey, if you're going to say I'm your wife and you got me in this house, like you're not just going to hold me hostage. Like you're still gonna let me leave and have a cell phone and like do all this other stuff." Because at first he
Yes.
wasn't on that. Like at first he was like, "You're a hostage," but
It was like she was a prisoner, literally.
yeah. And then it kind of changed like after she put her foot down. And I think she put her foot down because his mama was like, "Don't take no shit from him. Like if you want something from him, you better speak on it."
Which I loved because I was like, yes, we love a mom who's like, just because that's, you know, just because that's my son, that don't matter. Don't let
Yeah.
that boy treat you no type of way.
Period. And
I was
his
like,
mama was with the
yes,
shits. I liked her.
absolutely.
Like she just I really liked Dallas as the main character too. Like she was a very good female main character. I
He
didn't find
was.
her as like weak or anything. I felt like she was very headstrong and like she had really good qualities and I enjoyed her character.
Yeah, she had a good character. I was really just like when she danced with homeboy at the club
No.
and then he had to kill him. I'm like, sir, you don't even know this woman and you just killing people in front of her. You don't even know her.
Yeah, and like
Like that was like reckless to me. Like I was like, okay, like you're doing the most. You don't even know this woman.
I mean, he was, but at the same time, we found out that the dude that he killed was going to kidnap her. So, like, he
Yeah.
wasn't wrong for it, but he was really just immediately head over heels for her. And you know how I feel about that. Like, you cannot fall in love with me in one day. I don't believe in that. But he apparently felt like he could fall in love with her in one day, and he did.
Yeah, I was I was like, okay. And then like even the way that homeboy died, like I don't want to watch no dog eat nobody.
Period.
Please.
I hate when
Like
dogs eat people
I'm
alive
like
because it's like they're dogs. Like, they shouldn't be eating people.
so that made me feel like if I was her, I would have been like, oh fuck no, like you are.
Well, she
uh,
was. She was like, "I don't want to be with nobody in the cartel. Like my daddy
yeah,
was in the cartel and I don't really fuck with it. Like, they do too much wild shit and shit happens to the person that they love the most. And I'm not trying to be the person that somebody loves the most to be, taking out the fucking game."
yeah, that was like I was like, I don't know about watching no dogs eat nobody. That would have been like, all right, I'm
Gosh,
good on
yeah.
you. I'm good on you. You're doing way too much for me.
Yeah, I agree. And he was, and then see, that's why I was like, at first, I was like, I don't know how I feel about Miguel because he's just doing the most. But then also, I have to realize he is in the cartel. Like, he is a leader of a cartel. So it's like,
You're right.
I have to give him a little leeway on. He got to be harsh, so people know that he ain't playing.
Yeah, he was a good dude though. Like he really was like, I just want to fuck you and I just want to give you all my money and buy you a house and like he really was just like wanted to give her whatever she wanted.
I think he only wanted to give her what she wanted to because, like, she wasn't seeking it. She wasn't like, "Oh, like, you
Yeah.
got money or whatever." She was just like, "I don't give a damn if you got money."
Yeah,
You
and she
know.
made it very clear like that she didn't give a fuck about all that. So I think that made him want to dote on her even more because he's like, damn, I got all this money and you don't even want my money. Like, so that made him be like, okay, now I really want to give you whatever you want.
Yeah.
I did not like Manuel.
That was the little brother, right?
No, Mateo. I think Mateo was the little one. Manuel was the one that was cheating on his wife.
Oh, he was doing the most on
I didn't like.
Iris,
I
right?
didn't. Yeah, that's the only reason I didn't like him because I was like, especially when he was saying like, "Oh, Iris is like the most beautiful woman I've ever seen." Blah blah blah.
I
I
just
don't know
cheat because
why
I
I cheat
want
on
to.
her. Like just out of convenience. Like he's like, it's not even anything she's doing wrong, or it's not something that she's not providing for me. That annoyed the fuck out of me.
Yeah, like,
Cause
boy,
not
if
you
you
just
don't get a
cheating to
chance.
cheat.
Just cheating to cheat.
Dude, like that's crazy, especially for you to just be like, oh no, yeah, there's nothing that I'm missing out on. There's nothing that she's not providing for me. Like it's just
Like, I
you
got the
just
best
cheat.
woman in the world. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
you
cheat
saying
on
all
her
this
though.
and then following it up with, but I'm a cheat. Like that's crazy.
Like, excuse me, make it make sense because it doesn't.
And I feel like she forgave him way too easily.
She did. Like, she should have shot him in the thigh or something first
Girl,
and then
stand
took him
up.
back. But like, stand up. Like,
He brought you back a STD.
period. That's a straw for me. Oh my
Like
god. You bring a
so
STD to me, you'll never see me again.
for him to just be like, oh my god, I'm so sad that you won't talk to me. I love you. I won't ever do it again. And for her to just be like, okay, like, what, girl? The hell?
Stand up.
Yeah, that I was like, that's crazy. Especially because after he gave you the STD, he was at the mall with that bitch.
With the
Is
same bitch.
crazy. After y'all already had the conversation about him cheating, and then he was at the mall with the bitch about to cheat again.
I did enjoy all the grimy hoes that got murdered in this book.
There
Like,
was a lot.
all the girls that deserved it, they got what they deserved, okay, because they was all being a little grimy. Like, it's different when you're like with a man and you don't know that he has a wife at home
Yeah.
and like he's cheating or whatever, and then she wants to confront you. Like, that's different because baby, it's not my fault, I didn't even know you existed. But these women, they knew that these other women existed and they was still being grimy.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't get with them. Like, the other women in this series or book was just like, they were horrible.
They didn't care. They're like, your wife. Oh well, don't care. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
I could never. I'm a girl's girl. Absolutely not. What is wrong with y'all? And they all did get murdered, so it was fine.
Yeah. I love that they all, like, met their demise because like y'all were grimy as hell. Like, let that girl live in a happy, peaceful life, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I was like, okay. Especially the ones like I would say Dallas didn't even let him explain himself. And I was like, girl, clearly this man is so in love with you. And it would be different if he was still trying to entertain them, but he like did not even fucking care about the woman at all. Like was literally calling her his wife in front of them. So I'm like,
Only reason, like, and the fact that they weren't even married and it was like 3 days in and he was like,
he's
"You're
like,
my wife." I was like, huh?
yeah, that was crazy. I would say this book gave me a little bit of everything that I needed. It was a little messy, and I love a urban fiction.
Oh,
Love a good urban fiction.
it was a little dirty too. Like, it wasn't super filthy. I would give it
Yeah,
two or three peppers, but it still had some spice in it, and I was just like, okay. So they're getting a little freaky deaky.
it was good. It was a really good book. So if you're looking for something that's like a quick, easy read, because it wasn't bad. It was like what 200 pages.
Yeah, it was literally 200 pages, and it had a lot of story to it still. Like, there's
Yeah,
more that goes into it than what we talked about. So I feel like if you read the book, like, you'll enjoy what comes after this, because like we talked about all the like relationship drama and all that stuff, but there's actual story that goes into it with the cartel and her being kidnapped and like, or try almost being kidnapped, and there's just so much to it in the short amount of book that there was, that you'll be interested in every page.
and it's messy as hell.
Messy,
Love
which
a mess. Love.
loves some mess.
Absolutely love a messy book, okay?
Love that mess. If it got mess, sign me up.
For real, because love it, okay?
Yeah.
Mess, yes. So if you guys are looking for something that's a quick, easy read, hella messy, good story, girl getting digged down good, this is a good one.
Yeah, definitely check it out because I think I'm gonna go look up some more Chemistry J books because this one was hitting for what it was supposed to hit
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, this one was good. Well, thank you guys for listening.
Bye.
Bye.